Good morning, how are we? So it's 6:15, it's race day. Was up about fucking 12 times for the pee like fucking last night because of how much water I was drinking yesterday. Haven't looked at my watches to see how my sleep was. Don't do that on race day because it fucking messes with your head. But outside it's already blue skies, no clouds, and the sun looks like it's starting to come out. So I've got a feeling it's going to be a hot day today. And the Holly just made a good point there. I know it looks like it's going to be, the sleds are going to be sweaty and slidey. Good fun. But we're kicking it off with a litre of water, 2 scoops of electrolytes, hydration, and there's a scoop we brought a wee tub over with some D-ribose, creatine, what else was that? L-glutamine. I put a scoop of that in it and all, so we'll spank that. It's a catch-22 here with how much water to drink because we've never raced in this heat. Don't want a lot of water squishing about in the stomach, but at the same time we don't want to be underhydrated, so there'll be extra scoops of, we've brought 1 tub of hydration over, and that tub is basically nearly gone between these past 2 days, making sure that we've got enough electrolytes and hydration. And we have wee tablets over there, the high five ones that I brought as a backup. I know, but because it's one of these ones like how much water do we actually drink? Because we don't want to drink too much water, but we don't want to be underwater. So my plan is probably between 3 and 4 litre before I take off. My body's used to that, so I'm thinking that's probably just what I'll stick to. And worst case scenario, I'll take some water as I go by the water stations, but I'm hoping I'm not need to. But as what it is, I've seen another person pull out of the race yesterday because of the heat. Obviously there's people finishing it, do you know what I mean? But as I said, that is what it is. It's not going to be a perfect. And that's the thing about Hyrox. It's like the courses are so different. Never mind just in terms of how the setup is, but also how the weather is depending on the location. Do you know what I mean? Like, and this is half outside, so you're in the sun. Do you know what I mean? Whether if it was maybe in an arena, there's probably going to be aircon on. Do you know what I mean? But it's an experience. As what it is. We just need to go in. We just go in, do our best. Thankfully, like the hip flexors actually feeling alright. So I haven't done anything at all since. It's a wee bit of tenderness when I touch it, but nowhere near what it's been like. So stretching it off the day. Going to do a good bit of stretching this morning after I have my breakfast, and I'll get a good warm up done when I'm in there. And hopefully I am sound, which I think I will be. To be honest with you, I was a bit worried at the start of the week with how it was feeling. I didn't think it was going to be anywhere near feeling like how it is today, but it is, so that's a good news, that's a good sign. Not done any running, just done fucking thousands of steps within the past 2 or 3 days, but that's what it is, so catch up with you later on, right? It's my vlog.
Yeah. What are you making?
My oats. Making my 50 gram of oats. Then I'm going to have some dates in it. Then I'm going to have some salt in it. Then I'm going to have some honey in it. And then I'll have a wee banana after it. Getting these done in it nice and early so I'm not too bagged up close to take off. So here we are, meal 1. and 4 wee super jobbies, they make you run faster. Banana, still drinking my water, and there's Holly scrambling her toast. I was just saying to Holly there that these oats, they smell of shite. I don't know if it's the oats, I don't know if it's the milk in with them, but aye, they don't smell very nice. But I'm going to eat them. So yes, we have here oats. Where are we? We've got oats, we've got honey, we've got 4 wee super jobbies on them. They make you run faster. Banana, and aye, let's get that scran. Hello again. So I'm going to show you something, right? I'm going to try something different today in terms of fueling during the race, right? I can't remember where I seen this. I don't know if it was somebody on YouTube, but I've got one of these wee 50ml kind of flasks, right? And I put 2 gels in it. Now the reason why I'm going to try this is because normally I'm taking a gel, I'm either taking it too quickly and I'm getting a stitch. So I think it was one of the Elite 15s, they were, James Kelly, I think he had a gel, except he was taking wee bits at a time. And then one of our clients, Tony, has one of these wee flasks and he uses them when he's running. I thought, what if we put 2 gels into this flask and then just take wee bits of it at a time? Now, what they say is that when it comes to a gel, you're meant to take water so it goes down quicker and it digests a lot easier. So I thought, a wee bit of hydration at the bottom of it, 2 gels in, and then another wee bit of hydration at the top and give it a shake. So it is more kind of liquidy like water, and it fits right into the pockets on the shots that I'm using. So I'm going to try this today, see how this goes, and hope for the best. That's basically what's going to happen here. So I'll let you know how this goes on, right? How are we, team? So we are going to make up bicarb system. This is something that I did try it before a class, before I came here, to make sure my stomach could handle it. It was fine, so we're going to make this up. This is a wee tub. Fill this up with 200ml of water. Then we put the B system in, then we leave it for 5 minutes. Then we put the C system in and we give it a mix, and then we just start eating it, right? So let's get this done. Get that in, you shut this over, put this in, get a wee mix. It starts to go like a gloopy. There we go. Then we just let that sit for 5 minutes. Here we are, we're going to mix the last bit in. So let's have a wee look at it. It's a wee gloopy boys. So we're going to get this in us and then we're going to get shooting shortly. That's us en route. We have just left the apartment heading into the train station. On to the wee train station, we've got 2 trains to take. Then that'll be us. And literally for the train station it's like a 2-minute walk to the arena, so the airfield should I say. So no be long.
I'd rather just go on the train and actually go
somewhere else.
I don't know, just
It's a bit of a dive, it's a scheme, innit?
It's obviously the S band over there, which is, I think that's, so I think we could go on the underground, and the S must be.
You're on the train?
Yeah.
Nearly there, a couple of stops.
One more after this.
One more after this one?
Yeah.
I like very much.
That's us just scanning a bagel, banana, there's intro in that. Just sitting at the wee
The duel for third place now.
chill it bit.
Kate Davey, she is fighting, but she is now struggling to hold off Joanna Vitrick. She is trying to move in. Kate Davey absolutely leaving it all out there. She needs a little bit off again, going out onto that final.
Can you say something to calm my mind? Reassure me that I'll keep up and I won't fall behind. Can you find me a window in space and time, so I can go back and rewrite the story of my life? Come hell or high water, take me back to when I was young. When I was young, can you take me back? Can you take me back?
So that's us. Hyrox done for the day. Just absolutely fucking toasting. 28 degrees it was today. Didn't get the time that we wanted, to be honest with you. Definitely underestimated the heat. Like, I'll do a wee bit more in-depth kind of chat after this once I get back to probably the Mora. I'm not going to lie, probably going to be the Mora all day. But aye, like, I don't want to blame the heat, but everybody that I've spoken to so far here who haven't got the time that they've wanted is putting it down to the heat. Like 1 PM we took off, absolute fucking scorching, blue skies, no clouds, 28 degrees, sun beaming on you running. I think our time was an hour and 22 something, which is 7 minutes slower than what we were in Glasgow in March. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as if, like, I thought we would have been at least there or thereabouts, but aye. I checked out probably after the Farmers. I was done. Like, I just, if it wasn't for Holly, I would have fucking probably just quit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would have. It was absolutely fucking horrendous. It was horrendous. She pulled me through big time, and I was literally saying to her during the race, I'm not doing Birmingham with you. You can get somebody else to do it with you, because I was just in my own, I was getting my own head. I was absolutely fucked. But we took a few lessons for this. We've took a few lessons for it, and then we're just going to kind of move on. But I am really disappointed. But again, this is the first time that we've done a race together, and we haven't got a PB. We've not technically progressed, even though, do you know what I mean? Like, we're racing against the conditions that we've never raced in before. We don't train in the heat, and it just made a fucking huge difference. So, cheer myself up. I've got myself some German delicacy. I hope it's a milkshake. What's this you look at, Holly? You want one of them? Okay. There's Becky. There, we came over. Becky's came over, obviously was meant to take part in Hyrox, but she couldn't do it because she's got an injury, so she still came over. So we're here, we've met Becky, we're in Alexanderplatz, and we are going for some dinner. Here's the food. Delightful. Size of that thing. Here we go.
Okay, so we're going to do a little race recap for Hyrox Berlin on how we both kind of thought it went, the lessons learned, and what we're taking into next season with us. So I think we both very much underestimated the heat. That was probably the biggest factor in all of it, was the heat. We're not heat acclimatised at all. We don't do any form of kind of heat training. We live in Scotland, so it's not very often that we get any kind of hot weather. So us going round that course at 1 p.m. in 28 degree heat, Hyrox said, like, keep to the shade, but there was no fucking shade. Like, it was outside on the track. Even when you went into the hangars, like, it was still just absolutely roasting, to the point that, like, water in Glasgow, we didn't obviously stop at as many water stations. There was water out on the track, there was water, loads of water stations as you were going into the rock zone. Every single time you were stopping to grab a sip and actually just pour the water on you just to cool yourself down. Like, it was absolutely mental. So I think the heat's probably been the biggest factor for us going into it. I think for me, Sleds is still one of my weaknesses, especially with those pro weights, particularly sled push. I found it extremely tough to move the sled. Like, I was sliding through it, obviously because I was sweaty, but not just that as well, it was my strength too. Like, if I was stronger, I would be able to push those sleds better, which meant Stephen had to take like 3/4 of each lane, and I was only taking like a quarter. But even just taking that quarter, like, absolutely cooked me to go out on the runs, and used a lot of my energy. And then wall balls was the other one that's just absolutely shocking, like, to the point I'm no bad with a 4 kilo, 6 kilo, not the strongest. I need to stop picking the 4 kilo up in my training. But see, because we were soaking wet, the balls were soaking wet, like, I actually couldn't get a grip of it. Like, it just kept slipping. Like, I couldn't get my form right with the wall balls because it just kept sliding out my hands. So something that I'm not particularly strong on just made it 10 times worse. And then the farmer's carry. It's always farmer's carry for me. For some reason, that seems to be my worst station out of a lot of them. But it was definitely better than Glasgow. And I think that's because I've been training way the kind of 24. So I think, like, for me, I've been focusing a lot on running, and my running, like, I can keep consistent with my paces, but there's some strength elements where, like, I really do need to focus and hone in on my strength, because it's what's kind of letting me down a wee bit. Stevie?
Mm-hmm. So, for me, it's quite a hard one to take, and it's quite a hard one for me. Now I'm a wee bit better, having been 2 days past it, but long story short, anybody that obviously knows us, obviously done a massive cut weight down to get better at running. Now, my running has improved massively, and I had in my head that we were going to smash our Glasgow time. Like, there was no doubt in my mind that was going to happen, because there's no way it couldn't have happened, because the running's improved. My weight came down about 10 kilo from Glasgow. So would we have got the sub 70? I don't know, potentially, but we were definitely going to beat the sub 75. So that's been in my head the whole time coming over here. It's been Holly's birthday, so the plan was come over here, do the course, enjoy it, get a PB. Excellent, what a weekend away. Obviously, for me to sit and say it was the heat, it was hard for me to take, because that has probably been the most emotional race that I've ever had, apart from the very first one that I done.
Yeah.
And I know I'm 10 times better from that. But like, I had tapped out. There's no question about it. Like, I had tapped out. Like, I couldn't handle, as much as we finished it. I would see, if I was a solo, I would have walked. But I didn't, because Holly kept going, by the way, and she was away in front of me. I'm surprised that we didn't get a penalty with how far behind I was coming to the last 3 fucking laps or something, 4 laps. So when it got to about Farmer's Carry, I think I was done.
Yeah,
like, I had checked out big time.
On sleds,
my mind, even with the sleds, I felt it was quite a hard one, right? Because it was, when we got to the stations, I felt okay in the stations. Now, previous to this, I've been getting quite lightheaded after doing stations, doing HIIT training, and that was happening, but I don't know if it was the heat that was causing it. Now, in the gym when I'm doing sessions, I don't know what's causing it. It's definitely not a fueling issue, because I was fueled up. It's not a hydration issue, because I was plenty of hydration, electrolytes. So I need to figure out what that is and moving forward to see what that problem is. But apart from that, taking away, like, obviously people that I've spoke to, like, they never got the time that they expected. 1 p.m. in the afternoon in 28 to 30 degree heat with the sun just beaming on you running. The stations, as I said, felt okay. Like, I was fine. Even after sled pulls, my legs did blow up, but they started to calm down again. And it's a hard thing to explain, where, like, my legs didn't feel like they didn't want to move, but I literally couldn't breathe. It was like it was as if my body just couldn't get oxygen. Now, there's one thing I always do when I'm running, is I always try and control my breathing. Yeah. Like, I'm always through my nose as much as I can, and then when I start getting that wee bit heavier, I'm through the nose and out the mouth. I couldn't do that.
No, you
and I was literally panicking as if I was gasping for air. Only when I was going out my runs. This is the thing. So, but I think it's more the fact that it's hurt my ego. It's bruised that a wee bit. That's killed me, because of, I knew in my head, I knew that we were like we were getting a PB. That was going to happen.
This is the first time that we've not progressed in a race.
So I think that's the thing as well. It's the first shit race I've had being a better athlete, and it's just a bit of a hard one to take. But at the end of the day, this is going to happen. So, during the race and everything, I was like to Holly, I'm not doing a doubles with you anymore. I was apologising. I was saying sorry, because I knew she could keep going, and I was slowing us down. Like, I knew it. So I was obviously thinking it's my fitness, and when I sit and think about it, like, it can't be my fitness. We've just came off of fucking Glasgow doing, 1:15:04, and then there's no way it's a fitness issue. Do you know what I mean? So that has taught us some lessons that basically moving forward, if we do plan to do Berlin, we plan on doing Berlin next year. Is it going to be this weather again? We don't know. But now, if we do decide to do one abroad, and it can relatively potentially be hot during that time, then we need to add in some form of heat training. Now, that can come in the form of a sauna suit with a heat monitor. That can, obviously, you would need one of them because it's a wee bit dangerous, as I've been told. Or it's a case of a hot gym, like training and really heat in the gym. So if that means...
We wouldn't need it for every training block, that's what we're saying. Like, obviously, we do Glasgow every year, which is March. So if we were looking to come out of Glasgow and do Berlin, then there would need to maybe be some form of heat training, especially because you're outside. Like, you are... it just depends what the climate is, like on the day. You could be in a heat wave, you could be in the rain and fucking hailstones, and that's just something we've learned for this, because we are just thinking, oh, run outside, fucking brilliant, this is going to be amazing, an iconic venue, which the venue is amazing, but you are like a victim to the climate on the day of what's going to happen, and that's racing. So for us, it was a lesson of, actually, we need to be more prepared for this, that if it is going to be like this next year, it might be the same as Scottish weather and fucking great, fantastic, go for it, but we also need to be ready for rain, sun or shine sort of thing as well. So I think big lessons learned.
I've never wanted an 8 p.m. take off in my life so much in a race. Like that would have, obviously it would have been a lot cooler at night, but again, like, it is what it is. It's took me probably a couple of days to just actually accept the fact that
it's going to happen, but it's part of racing.
It was a shit race.
Well, yeah.
Obviously, just being the time. Obviously, as I said, Holly's birthday. Then our first time abroad, Berlin, an iconic venue. Do you know what I mean? And then coming over here, spending obviously quite a good bit of money to come over here and stuff to do this venue, and then you walk away with a shiter result than you did previously. It's quite hard. It's quite hard for me to take. As I said, probably an ego thing. Because as Holly said, we've always progressed. We've always had a PB each time. So I'm expecting that.
Because it's the last race of the season as well, I think. Like, this was our last race, so it's like, we've not got any more to go out like with a bang, but it also will make us work a bit harder.
Aye, exactly what I was just about to say. It's like, I'm more or less going to take a month off come June, and then July we're going to start a block getting into October for Birmingham. So it just makes me want to train that bit harder to, like, 1,000% make sure that when it comes to Birmingham that we get a sub 70. Yeah. Basically, it's not going to be a sub 75, it's going to be a sub 70, because stupid as it sounds, that's probably going to be the only thing that's going to make me feel better, even when it's like fucking 4 or 5 months away. But that's up to me to make sure that happens. And Holly, obviously, will be consistent with her training as long as no injuries happen. But at the end of the day, this is a learning experience. This is something now that we can take and approach our clients with. That if they do decide to do one abroad, and we do expect it to potentially be hot when looking at the weather, then it's like, right, we're going to need to start some form of heat training if we can, because we want them to be prepared. Now, it doesn't mean that not all places run outside, but some places don't have aircon that we're finding out when you're in an arena, so you could imagine it's still going to be warm in there. So it's just all these little details now that we wouldn't have known if we didn't come over here. We've spoke to a few people over here, we've met a few people, and every one of them are saying it's the heat. And obviously they're saying it to me, and that did help, because at the end of the day, if all these people are saying it to me, then the heat has got to have had a fucking big impact on that race. But it was definitely hard.
It's a humbling one. It's a humbling experience, but it's all a learning, and we'll take it on the chin, not hide for it, the fact that it wasn't the result that we wanted, and we'll learn for it and just put that going into our next block, even though we know like the heat's not going to be our thing, because it's the 31st of October in fucking Birmingham. Do you know what I mean? And it's a great arena, so we know that one as well, because we've done it. So just need to take it on the chin, roll with the punches in it, and just you win some, you lose some. And this one wasn't a PB for us.
But it was an experience in Germany. So that's it.
Over and out.